I mean, I would have to say, though, ASMR is on like my top 10 least favorite things.
So I saw a Would You Rather today.
Things that make you want to punch a baby.
Would you rather, I know Chris's answer to this one, but would you rather have to hunt and fish for your food or eat McDonald's every day?
McDonald's
every day.
Come on. Side effects.
It's the whole reason these restaurants exist. It's called convenience. They're not selling you good food. They're selling you convenience.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten an animal you killed yourself?
No, I've never killed an animal.
There is something spiritual to that.
Really?
Yeah, you
yeah.
release them of their spirit.
Well, yeah. And then you bludgeon them.
Whoa.
After?
Yeah, that's...
Aren't they dead already?
You tenderize it.
It's a little dark.
Oh, I get that.
It's like Hocus Pocus when
Not
she's in
really.
the kitchen. A
I don't.
torture chamber.
There's a respect there, I guess, is a better way of putting it. It tastes better. Like people who say they don't like deer, go shoot your own deer and tell me you don't like it.
I like deer.
I like deer.
Well, yeah, okay. A goose.
I've never eaten
We
deer.
aren't those people.
What about a goose?
I'll eat it.
A goose.
Happy Gilmore? No, Billy Madison.
Liar, liar.
Yeah, liar, liar.
Yep.
A goose.
The
Oh,
When
no,
he
that
has
is.
the document and he crumples
That
it
is
up.
a liar,
swan.
liar.
And he's like, look, a goose.
Right.
And he throws it.
That's
Yeah,
improvised.
That's right.
That is.
That's crazy.
well, it was in the
Extras.
extras at
Oh.
the very end. The gag reel.
Want
Okay,
to box those things
that,
like...
like
Overactor.
that girl with the like super raspy voice.
What
I
girl?
love her voice.
The one that plays his client.
Oh, she was
Do you try to
so
pick-
obnoxious.
You like
dude.
her?
Dude, I
Could not.
love her voice.
Could not.
love
The
her
girl
voice.
who's in all the Chuckies.
There's something very sensual about it for sure.
She also plays the Celia on Monsters Inc. Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Celia
I
Willia.
love her voice.
Yeah,
dude.
she's in
love it.
Chucky as well.
I've never
Can't
seen
do
it.
it.
Bride of
Chucky.
Chucky.
Gross.
Never seen any of the Chuckies. Definitely on my top 10 list of movies I never want to see.
Well, good. You want to know why, Cam?
Why?
Because today we're talking about the top 13 scariest movies of all time. No way! Yes. To kick off this spoopy season,
Real quick.
I thought it'd be fun. What? What's the
You're
real quick?
interrupting such a great
Intro.
It's fine. It's fine. What's up?
And now I'm adding something in there, and this is for you, damn it! Gosh.
Go ahead.
I just want everybody to know that this is our 100th episode.
Oh, today is number 100?
Yes.
The Centennial.
This is number 100.
One
That is
double
for
zero.
you, because you have been going off about this for the past 3 weeks.
This man is all about the like numbers and anniversaries. I was almost thinking he was going to bring us all chocolates and roses. Where's my chocolate and
Yeah.
roses?
Zach's
So-
got some spring to his step today.
I do. It's better than last week, when I fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then you
2 weeks
crashed
ago.
into a wall.
Yep.
Made me all self-conscious about my podcasting skills.
No, you were amazing. I went back and listened to it earlier this week. You did great.
Did you read the
nailed
comment from
it.
Sam? Shout out to Sam. He's been a long time follower, but he, a friend, I should say friend. He's been a long time friend, but he was like, way to go, Zach. Fall asleep for 40 minutes and come back in with a one-liner to end it all.
You put the kibosh on it.
I did. That was
Brought
hilarious.
it to an end.
That's like a George Costanza. That
speeding
one
halt.
episode of Seinfeld where he makes one good joke and leaves the room.
But
So what I want to do is I want to switch it up, and I want you to do top 100 from our previous episodes.
got you.
That's what I want you to do.
Top
Yep,
100?
nope, not
Yeah,
gonna
top
happen.
100
All of
moments
them.
from our episodes.
Oh,
I know we improvise, but what the hell, man?
Right.
Thank you. I didn't know how to handle that. I'm like, sorry, Zach. No.
That's a Big Ten no.
If any
All
of you
right.
have the time and effort, I want you to rate all 100 episodes.
you know
Down
what?
below.
Joking aside, though, actually do. This is the 100th episode. Tell us your favorite moment from all the episodes you've watched.
That's
How
a
about
good
this?
idea.
Just one. You don't need 100. Just one
What's your
favorite moment.
One
Moment
favorite
or
moment or a
episode?
top 10 or maybe even a top 5.
Yeah.
Your top
From
5
our
if you've
previous
gone back.
episodes.
I'll settle for a top 3.
I would love it. I would
I just
love
wanna
to see
see
everyone's
what you love.
favorites.
Moment
Right.
or episode?
Either.
Any.
Timestamp it too.
Rate your host from 1 to 10.
Quote it.
Rate your host 1 to 10.
I want your host
There's
favorite
5 of
1
us.
to
I'm
10.
worried.
Yeah, out of the 5 of us, who are your top 10 favorite?
And I want to work cited. Okay, I want this.
Not what I
want this
said.
done right.
Notarized.
Notarized.
Go to the bank, get it notarized.
I'm a notary.
I want to see a
Go to
stamp.
Tony.
Oh,
You
you're
get it
trying to get some
notarized.
points, huh?
Come in for all your notarial services.
Oh my gosh! All right, back to mode. Back to the mode.
All right,
right.
we'll settle for 13.
So for the top
Top
13.
100 scary movies.
There we go.
I think it actually does go to 100, but I didn't want to go through that many.
We just
That's
picked
okay.
the top 13.
We're going to end up naming 100 movies guaranteed as we get into this.
Yes.
Yeah. So the premise of this is I am using a website, and the website has had a bunch of rankings through its followers, and basically, as you know, through voting, come to the top 10.
Oh, is this the
Top
one where they
13.
up
This is like a
vote and
crowd
down vote?
voted.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So we're going to use that website, but I thought it would be a lot of fun to like read the numbers 13 to 1. And as we're going through it, you guys could like either agree, disagree, what you think should fall in that position, or kind of like, have fun with it.
I'll be no contest.
He doesn't
You know
watch
what?
scary
You haven't
movies.
seen a single scary movie?
He's seen them.
I don't very many.
What's
Is
your
this going to actually be top
He's
14?
lived it.
Just when I was a
Like your
teenager
top
to look
10.
cool.
Was it 14?
Your top 10 ended up being actually
Top
a top
11.
11 because you threw one extra.
No,
in.
it's
I can't
because
mess
it's
up.
scary. Friday the 13th.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying, is he going to lose count halfway
No,
through?
I can't. It's numbered. Not even by me. It's numbered by the website. I can't mess this up.
I'm just on the raft going down this river with you, buddy.
Hey, that's fine.
Hey, Chris.
Yes.
What's your favorite scary movie?
None of them. Lord of the Rings.
Bro, the third one? When he talks
Gollum
to his
is
ghosts?
messed up.
He didn't
Them
even get the
ghosties,
reference
dude,
either.
they creepy.
He wouldn't.
That's true.
The Orkai are crazy looking.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Dude,
I'm watching
goblins
those.
are pretty freaky,
I'm
actually.
rewatching those right now.
All right,
them
so
so
let's
good.
start off then. What would you say your favorite scary movie is?
My favorite scary movie?
Or should we do scariest? What do you think the scariest movie is?
Pick your one, and we'll see where.
Well, we
if it
kind of
ends up
did
on
this not
list.
too long ago. We did franchise, though. We did horror movie franchise, remember?
Yeah.
One movie.
No.
But just one
The
movie.
scariest movie
One
I've probably
movie.
seen out there?
Oh, man.
It's Friday the
Scariest?
13th
Yes.
at 3 a.m. You got one movie to watch.
The Changeling.
The Changeling. Okay, Tony.
Man. Put on the spot. The first one that came to my head is The Conjuring.
Conjuring. Okay, for me it would be Paranormal Activity.
Wait,
That was a close one.
The first one.
you said Friday the 13th at 3 a.m.?
Yeah.
I'm watching The Chosen.
Oh, gross.
Gross.
You know, let
I don't know what
Damien-
that is.
I
I
don't know
thought
what
that was
that
like
is
I
either.
thought that was about Jesus' life.
That's what I
is.
thought it was.
I've watched it.
Oh, wait, what am I thinking of?
Yeah, what are you thinking
What are
of?
you
I was
thinking of?
thinking, what's the other one?
You got a problem with Jesus?
What's the one with the Antichrist? The Omen.
The Omen?
The Omen.
I don't watch that stuff.
We were just talking. I went and saw the remake of The Omen that came out it's been a while
They
now.
did a remake?
Yeah, and it came out on June 6, 2006. 666.
Oh, I remember that.
I'm going to change my mind.
Well, I hope so.
This is more of like a action horror, but Constantine.
Okay.
Dude, I just watched that the other night.
That's a great movie.
Constantine,
Okay,
man.
that, I think that qualifies. I was right there with you.
the actor that plays Satan in that.
Yeah.
Oh, he did such a good job.
Dude, that guy's in so many movies.
He really is.
He's
in
the one
a
in
lot.
Armageddon who has
Yeah.
my favorite line. American components, Russian components, all made in Taiwan.
And then starts hitting it with the hand. The wrench.
There, I fixed it. You're welcome.
But first to my mind was probably The Conjuring 2. But like Ring has a classic creepiness for me.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
But I also really, really, really liked Lights Out.
Oh, that's a good one too.
So I think I'll go with Lights
Yes.
Out because I remember watching the short film that actually inspired the movie.
Short
too.
film scared
And the
the
short
crap
film
out of
was
me.
freaking terrifying.
First time I saw it, I think I threw my phone. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that kid, the guy who made those, he made multiple, and they are so good.
They're way good.
Hey, we need to do that episode.
Which episode?
The 2-sentence horror
yeah.
films.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
that
Let's
later.
do that. Third.
Okay. All right.
All right. Stick around, folks.
In 2 weeks, you'll know what we're talking
In
about.
3 weeks. Through? Never mind. Continue.
In some time.
You'll see it.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So
Jumping into this.
jumping into this, I'm excited to see if ours even make the top 10.
I don't even know.
I don't even know, but I do. Now that you said Lights Out, I'm like,
It was so
that's
good.
right there next to Paranormal Activity
So
for
good.
me.
I still have to leave the lights on, and I've seen it multiple times.
There's
Well, I
some
remember
moments.
we saw that, and Jess legit had to sleep for like 3 nights with our bathroom light on.
You know, I might have to change mine to Paranormal Activity just because of the first time I saw it, it literally had me in tears. Yeah. Conjuring, though, is just an all-around great movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a bet. I'll watch that movie if you guys are all there.
Which one?
Which one?
Yes.
Done.
All of them.
The one
do
Lights Out one, the one you guys said.
Oh, Lights Out?
Okay.
It's not really satanic or anything.
I don't
so
like horror movies. I don't watch them. Just so you guys know, this is kind of a big deal.
You
for
want
me.
us to all sit around you?
we're going to
No.
have two movie nights then. We're going to have Lights Out and do a spooky night, and then we're going to do Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Excited.
We're gonna need something to lift the spirits of the room.
We need Nightmare Before Christmas in between to transition us from Halloween to Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Then we're gonna do a Lord of the Rings marathon.
Extended edition.
Okay.
What else?
Is that the 60-hour one?
Why are we going to movie theaters? Let's just friggin' pajama party out at the house.
Let's rent it. Well, let's rent one,
We'll
rent one
project
out.
projectors.
Rent one out.
All right. Any guesses as to what would fall at number 13?
Friday the 13th.
So this
Two
is
on the
scariest.
nose.
Have you looked at the list? Or
I
is
have
this
not. We're
Oh,
going
okay.
blind.
Oh,
Great.
you haven't even seen it.
Okay.
We're going blind.
So number 13, scariest movie.
I don't even know.
Scariest or
because
just
Scariest.
top
Not
10
popular.
This is
favorite?
worldwide. I bet it's going to be something foreign.
Not popular. We're talking scary.
I bet this is going to be something foreign. Last House on the Left.
No, the one with the grandparents that aren't the like
The Visit?
The Visit.
As much as I absolutely love it,
That
I
movie
bet
was
M.
creepy.
Night doesn't make this list at all.
Was
It's gonna
that
be
in there?
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be a Chinese
Well,
movie.
this is going to be a real
The Grudge.
shocker because coming in at 13
The Village.
is It.
oh,
The original?
The original.
Okay,
I've seen that.
Way to go.
What's his name? Tim Curry is
Yeah, Tim
scary and
Curry.
everything, even when he's a good guy.
Right?
He's a creep, dude.
All
He's
I
so
ever
creepy.
remember is him in Home Alone when he's the like.
I love you.
What kind of
Giant
morons
mouth.
do you have working at this hotel? The best.
I mean, it is scary. It's scary.
The
How do you-
concept
how do you
is
say
scary.
this?
it is scary.
It is scary.
Yes,
They should.
It is the it that I'm referring
Pennywise.
to.
and the book is fan-freaking-tastic.
I haven't read the book,
My goodness.
It's all scary up until the end.
but I
Yeah.
will say for my 13th birthday, I had a camp out in the backyard and we watched it, and I was very disappointed.
That's fitting for number 13.
right.
Well, they leave the anticipation up and it's good, and then they just ruin it with the monster view.
I think
the monster
That's why the
shit.
book's better.
Right.
I think that's that going
book
into
does
it.
that
Everybody was
better.
like, "Oh, I'm terrified of clowns because of the movie It," and so I went in and watched it, and I was like, the concept of it, like that it's a demon that eats children, that's terrifying. But watching it, I'm like,
I will say that the newer version of it is scarier.
yeah.
than
Oh, it's
that.
terrifying,
Dude, that
dude.
part where they're they're watching the projector in the garage. Yeah, right. That scared the crap out
It
of
starts
me.
going through, and then
Yeah.
the mom slowly
Comes out
changes.
giant, and I was like, ah!
I haven't seen that.
Dude, it's,
I think even
That
just the
one's freaky.
opening scene when the kid is like with,
Yeah.
oh my
Yep.
gosh,
Yep, and the fact
They
that
shouldn't show that.
what's his name?
that's why it was
Is
crazy.
it Bill Skarsgård?
Yeah.
All the eye stuff is him.
All
It's
the
not
eye
CGI.
stuff.
That's his face.
All the contortionists.
The contortionist where he's in the. Remember the part where he's in the fridge?
yes, that was gross too.
That was legit him. He
Hello,
contortioned
Georgie.
himself to fit in the fridge like that. Now him coming out is all CGI.
Yeah.
But he contortioned himself to get in the fridge like
Gross.
that.
I feel like I used to do a good It impression, but now I come off as Scooby Doo. so
I'll say I
my
watched the
breast
second
goes-
it having my. I think my bar was set too high because everyone was praising it so much. But yeah, I didn't think the
The
second
remake one.
Yeah, I didn't think it was very scary. I thought it was
that
more
weird-
comedic than anything.
That part where he's in like the wagon and he's doing his weird dance.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
way the camera
They're,
like followed his
dancing.
head
Right.
made it kind of funny.
Well, also the whole part of like what was it? It was one of the kids from Stranger Things. He's in it.
Yeah, the dark-haired one.
And there was that part where he's like, it's not the placebo. He says,
Gazebo.
gazebo.
Yeah, gazebo.
You need your gazebos or something like that.
Like, it's placebo.
Dude, the kids in it, when you said more funny than anything, the kids bantering off of each other killed me.
Yeah, it was way funny.
Like when he was
Surprisingly.
hitting on the one's mom and stuff. That was great.
All right, coming in at 12.
12-eroni.
Ooh, Pet Cemetery.
Oh.
That one is
See, I
terrifying.
never saw the original, but the new one
1989.
was pretty dang creepy
I thought
too.
the new one was
Original
different.
was different.
Again, the concept was so freaking creepy.
The original, though.
The
That
original?
little boy. ooh.
Have you seen it?
No.
Again, the book will give you
No.
nightmares.
Oh yeah.
See, I need to.
So basically, like this family moves into a new house, as most horror stories begin.
A new
And
old house or
a new old house, and
That's important.
their child. I don't know how is the original pretty much the same. Was it a remake or a
They
sequel?
flip flop.
It's a remake.
So this new one is a remake. That
Okay.
one, it's Pet Cemetery. It's It's the first movie they
So
did.
basically, like they move into this place, and there's this weird in the woods. There's like a pet cemetery, like mounds of like bones and stuff.
But
and, like,
beyond the Pet Cemetery,
beyond that, there's more weird stuff.
it's an Indian burial ground.
No.
And basically, people can take their pets, and it'll come back to life.
But the ground is sour.
Yeah, it's poisoned. So they come back to life, but they come back different.
Yes.
And so
In not a good way.
the dude,
Not a good way.
the family is like these parents and one child, right?
Two.
There was only, what did it two?
Two.
One of the children dies, gets hit by a car.
It's the baby,
So the dad
like the 2-year-old little
takes
boy.
the child to
Well, backing up just a bit, before that, their cat gets ran over or something
Oh,
like
that's
that.
right.
So he takes the cat up there, and the cat actually comes back.
but it's
and s-
creepy. It's like
but
missing
yeah.
an ear.
Yeah.
And
Road
so
rash,
the
it's
fact that
mean.
it worked with
Yeah.
the cat, that's why he takes his son.
Yeah, so he takes the baby up there, places it on this weird altar thing or whatever, and comes back to life. But then the rest of the movie, the kid's trying to kill everyone and murders the family.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
I had no idea.
It's creepy.
I've never
It's
seen it.
so
It's creepy.
If I were you, I wouldn't. There's a part in there
yeah.
where the little
Oh,
boy
yeah.
has a surgical knife.
No, we're done. Okay.
And
We're
he
right. We're
literally cuts
solid.
the Achilles
we
tendon.
are good.
It's like Hostel.
And it shows it too.
Yeah.
Yep, we got to deal with that. And problem gone.
Let's just say,
Pulls up like an
mute
old
me.
blind.
honestly, that scene had me jumping from at least 3 feet out from my bed onto my bed
For the rest of your life.
for the rest of my life.
Do you still jump to your bed?
It's when he's going to bed.
Huh?
I think he gets out of bed. Like he turns.
No, he's
No, he's hiding underneath the bed.
he's looking for
yeah.
the kid. The kid is
in the
running
house.
around in his house and he's looking
Oh
for
my
the
God,
kid, and the
shut
kid is
up.
hiding under the bed.
Everybody.
And then he just goes.
I muted everybody. Austin's going to this conversation right now. Austin has a God complex tonight. I do have a God complex tonight. I'm not taking any bullshit.
Vengeful God.
So yeah, so it's creepy.
Then move it.
real
Number
creepy.
11, or else I'll keep talking about
All
it.
right, number 11. Let's see. Ooh, The Shining.
Oh.
Interesting.
I didn't think it was scary.
It wasn't like crazy scary. The part with the old lady was pretty freaky.
My goodness.
It was so gross.
More suspenseful.
You know,
Yeah.
it's funny actually. The sequels,
The sequel
Is
what was it
more,
called?
um,
The Bone
no.
with
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan
I
McGregor.
never saw it.
I
yet.
liked actually the sequel is way good.
The Darkening.
No. I feel like it's a lot scarier than
It was more supernatural.
yeah.
Wasn't it like the door?
No. I'm coming up
Skull.
on
I
it.
feel like it's skeleton or skull or
The Rising.
Doctor Sleep.
That's
I
it.
was gonna say I
That's
knew
way off.
There's an S.
again, I got into a huge Stephen King listening thing on Audible, like for a while. The Shining and Doctor Sleep, again, incredible books.
Way good.
So you didn't actually read them; you just listened.
I listened to them. Yes,
It's the same.
It's the same.
It's not the same.
It is the same.
It's the same
not.
exact words, just in someone else's voice.
I know.
It's different.
And they're
It's the only way I
It's
can
the
read
same.
too. Don't worry.
See?
I need to start doing that actually.
Hey, when you
the
work
best way.
10 hours out of the day with headphones in, you got to listen to something.
I'm there with you. Yeah.
Creepy.
So
I'm into history podcast.
Dude, here's a fun fact. Did you know that the kid in the actual original Shining had no idea they were filming a horror movie
Yes.
the entire time?
I did hear
Really?
that.
Because they wanted to protect him and not like mess him up for
Good.
life. So he never knew he was filming a horror movie. They kept him out of all the scary stuff.
Really?
I feel like he'd be messed up for life just working with Jack Nicholson though.
you know what my favorite thing to come out of The Shining is?
Johnny.
The remake that The Simpsons did.
Oh, I never saw that.
So Treehouse of Horror that Simpsons does
Yeah,
every
yeah,
year.
yeah.
They did one on The Shining. And there's a part on The Shining where he writes on the wall, no sleep and whatever makes Jack a dull
All
boy.
work and no play.
Yeah, all work and
Right.
no play makes Jack a dull boy. And so Homer on that one, it's no sleep and no beer makes Homer go. And he's like, something. And Marge looks at him and goes, go crazy. He goes, don't mind if I do.
That's right. I totally remember that.
I think I've seen the original Shining too.
It's good. Red Rum.
Red Rum.
Red Rum.
Hello, Mrs. Torrance.
The bear thing was weird too.
His imaginary friend is named Tony.
Yes.
Murderer.
Ooh.
number
Coming
10?
in at number 10.
Uh-oh.
The Omen.
The original or remake?
Hey.
This one says the original 1976.
Never did see that.
I haven't watched that either.
With
Did you ever
Damien.
Did you ever see the
for you.
the kind of parody movie that was on Netflix where this guy marries this girl who's already got a son?
I saw
and he's
previews.
a stepdad, and it turns
Yeah.
out that the kid is the son of Satan.
Yeah.
And it's actually
gross.
hilarious. You would love it. It is so funny.
I've never watched The Omen. I'm quickly realizing I need to like really have like a
Set you on the
30
right
days of
path.
Well,
Halloween
didn't you-
and have like start watching a bunch of scary
Were you
movies.
the one that said you liked The Orphan? Like it was really
Loved
creepy.
The
You
Orphan.
would probably love that.
Yeah.
Then it's like similar.
I still need to
That's
see
their
the
own
orphan.
kid.
But different.
Yeah.
Dude?
Well,
Orphan?
similar because the kid's a freak. But in this one, it's their kid.
That's one with Elijah Wood. isn't
No, they
it?
adopt him.
Oh, they do adopt him.
Yeah, so I'll read the little thing here. It says American diplomat Robert adopts Damien when his wife Catherine delivers a stillborn child. After Damien's first nanny hangs herself, Father Brennan warns Robert that Damien will kill Catherine's unborn child. Shortly thereafter, Brennan dies and Catherine miscarries when Damien pushes her off of a balcony. As more
Spoilers.
people around Damien it was 1976.
I'm just saying for your sake.
I know.
You
Yeah.
wanted to see
I'll forget. I have a good
Turn it
little
off.
box and
Bloop.
delete.
It's a gift.
Yeah. Anyway, creepy. Yeah. Orphan. Speaking of Orphan, though,
I need to
that
see
movie. If you watch it,
Did you see the new
Did you
one?
watch the new one?
No, I want to.
First
but
Kill.
did. Did you?
That movie
I haven't seen the first one
legitimately
either.
had me on edge the entire time.
Dude, she was
It's
scary.
it's very uncomfortable to watch.
She was real creepy.
You are
Is that one that's all its subtitles?
no
No, it's English.
anxiety's
I'm
at an
thinking of?
all-time high, man.
There was a really good scary movie,
Grudge.
but I heard it was all in subtitles. And I can picture the cover. It had it was like a asylum hallway with the chair, one of those old fashioned wheelchairs with the long planks.
Is it in Spanish?
Yeah.
Because I watched a Spanish movie
Yeah.
that was really creepy. The kid would be in like the basement or something.
Yeah. I heard it was really good,
It was
but I
pretty
heard it was
good.
in Spanish subtitles.
Yeah.
But anywho.
Anyway,
Next.
I mean, why would you adopt a kid named Damien? Even before that movie, that sounds like he's going to be the devil.
So I
I have a nephew named Damien.
devil.
He
No.
can't say it, but he sucks. See? That's enough. No, say no more.
He's handicapped.
Because he's the devil? Oh my god. That's a joke, people.
Offended.
Canceled.
Canceled.
So
Coming in with the right-handed haymaker.
I'm just all about equality, man. Equal rights, equal fights.
No, equal rights, equal lefts.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What were you gonna say, Chris?
With that movie, if you're watching it with the subtitles and you're watching it and it's a scary scene and you're trying to catch up with the reading and then you see it and then all of a sudden you get done reading it and then you're like, just because you're reading it? Wouldn't it be weird?
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying.
I see what you're saying. The worst thing that happens with subtitles is that it accidentally gives things away sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I hate.
So
That's
you
why I
like
turn
you
it off.
won't know who the murderer is, and it'll be like Johnny stabs her in the face, and you're like, oh great, so Johnny is the murderer. Okay,
Yeah.
like it tells you like way early. You're like, oh great.
To go left field with it, that's what I absolutely hate about TikTok, Instagram Reels, all those is people are always throwing their captions up on the screen. So like comedian stand-ups.
Yeah.
Right? They're delivering their joke and you can read the punchline ahead of them delivering it.
Yeah.
So I totally I'll block it out of my visual and just watch them.
Yeah.
Because I can't handle that, dude. It drives
Spoilers.
me
Yeah.
nuts. Anyway. On to number
9.
nine.
Yes.
Wow, this okay. Number 9, The Ring.
Aha!
Wasn't that
Okay.
scary?
What?
The Ring or the Ringu?
The Ring.
Okay.
The
What the heck
American
is the
version.
Ringu?
What did you just say?
Ringu.
Japanese
It's
version.
The Japanese version.
Dude,
The
I think I've
original
seen that one.
version.
No,
Yeah.
English.
It was scary.
I think I
watched
have
that.
seen
You saw
the
the Japanese
one.
version?
That's pretty scary.
Oh, I watched the American version and I was scared.
I just remember, is it the first one or the second one where the horse goes over the ferry?
First one.
That like scarred me.
Goes over the ferry and then all of a sudden all the blood comes out of the
Yeah.
back.
What the heck are you guys talking about?
You don't remember that?
The Ring. When she's going over on the ferry, she's trying to go across to go see
The family of
house
the
and
girl.
the family of the girl.
And there's a horse. Is it? It's in a trailer. That's
Yeah.
like horse trailer.
Yeah.
And one of the horses starts to freak out,
She goes
breaks
up
out of the
close to
trailer, and it goes running over the edge of the ferry and then through the propellers.
Bloody water.
It's so funny how people get more upset about seeing an animal die or get
100%.
hurt than they do a
Was
person.
it? Who was it that shared the comedian talking about that? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great. That was spot on.
Was that
VH
today?
thing?
No, it was a little bit
It's
ago.
like 2-3 weeks ago.
where he's
maybe.
talking about how his dad died of cancer.
And then he
you
goes
guys
on to
watch that?
talk about how his dog started getting really sad and all that the dad died. And then the dog
And then he's like, so my dad died of cancer just recently. And he's like, and his dog that he had for 15 years, my mom decides to go, I think we should tell the dog. And so she gets down on like the dog's level and says, I'm making up a name, but Eddie died. And the dog goes over to my dad's favorite chair, lays there and dies. And the crowd goes, oh, and he's like, see, this is why it's bullshit. He's like, I talk about my dad dying of cancer. You could hear crickets. And he's like, but I mentioned a dog that I made up, and you guys all lose your mind.
That's valid though.
Dude, it's so
valid.
true.
Yeah, that's when he said that's when you know it's gotten to like a kind of a ridiculous level.
Well, that was my beef with the whole Harambe thing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, who cares?
I mean, it
You
became
save the
a
kid.
meme.
You always save the kid.
It became a meme, really.
Uh-huh.
Like,
But like, there were people genuinely like, mad, like saying that the mother should have somehow paid for the gorilla, like all this crazy
Retributions
stuff.
or
And I'm like,
something.
no.
They were also
I'm like, I would shoot that thing every
I
time.
was gonna say the biggest
Right.
thing they were pissed off is a poor innocent gorilla got shot and killed because some mom couldn't pay attention to her child.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it, but at the same time,
Kids
you
are
gonna save the
tricksy.
child or you gonna save
I will shoot it in the
The
face
gorilla,
every
like-
single time.
Yeah.
the funniest part about all those is the people that say that aren't paying attention to their kids are the people that don't have kids.
Yeah.
They do not understand that you cannot give them 1,000% of your attention. Stuff's gonna happen.
And
Well,
they
the
don't
funny
understand
thing
that
is-
kids have
Right.
supernatural powers.
You turn your
really
you turn
do.
your back for 2
100%.
seconds. Literally 2 seconds, and you turn around and they are gone.
They teleport.
Today, prime
supernatural.
example, today upstairs, I went to go to the bathroom. While I was in the bathroom for 3 minutes, 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. I'm like, okay, they're playing in their fort. I've got a good amount of time. I can go, be back. They won't even notice I'm gone. Right? I go and I sit down and I'm going to the bathroom, and all of a sudden on my phone comes the doorbell. And I'm like, oh no, I hope my kids don't answer the door.
Got a pinch and wipe.
Luckily,
Pinch and wipe.
it was just a delivery, and they just dropped off the package and walked without knocking.
I
was
thought
like,
it was the kids setting off the doorbell.
Yeah, I
like
thought they were running
walking
out. Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, good. Dodge that bullet. Well, then I come down and I see that they're still playing in the fort. I'm like, okay, sweet. I go and I'm like cleaning up something. Finally, they're like, hey, Dad, can you come play with us in the fort? I'm like, yeah. So I go over there, get in the fort, and they somehow got the markers down and were coloring on their toy, their box, and
And
the
they're
floor.
already like halfway done doing it.
Yeah.
On the new carpet?
Yep, on the new carpet. Luckily, it all came out. Like it came out really easy. But I was just like, how?
Do you know why? It's because have you ever seen Over the Hedge when the squirrel gets caffeine? That's the way kids run. They're on a whole different
my
wavelength
gosh.
and time length than us.
Oh, my soul left my body
Stop.
for a
Oh my god. Holy crap. I hate all of you. I want to be on that side.
Someone just walked past, but I just saw the silhouette walking in the dark.
So I see his face singing demons are in here, and I'm like, I'm gonna die.
It was Jess.
Hey, you know,
Sorry.
I turned around, she poked her head out.
the
Holy
thunder, lightning, and whistle blowing isn't going this time.
Dude, it was earlier.
I know earlier.
When I got here, it was thundering.
I can't wait to watch that.
That's
podcast.
because this
That
is
one's-
movies
Yeah, this is
versus
movies.
real life.
Gross.
All right.
Back on the ring,
Oh
though.
yes, back on the ring.
So good.
So that was
whole-
that was one that I'll be honest, it didn't scare me one bit the first time, but then it like took a second time for me to respect it and
now.
then get it.
Now,
but like
did-
the part when she's crawling out of the TV, that's when I was like, "Ooh,
It's just cringy. Yeah.
what?"
I know what's happening.
It was Jess and a friend.
What? Was there a friend?
Yeah,
There was two people.
I was like, there's a blonde person back there. She wasn't there before.
hey, that was shout out to Amber. Hi, Amber.
Oh, it's just Amber?
Yeah, Amber.
Oh, okay, she's not scary. But now, tell me this. Did any of you have a little bit of fear on the 7th day after watching The Ring?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, like not even just kind of like when you go on a roller coaster and you're like, I know it's fine, but there's always that tiny bit in the back of your mind that's like, I could die.
Some guy just
Bro.
doesn't have to do his job right one time.
Exactly. The seatbelt doesn't have to work just once.
It does happen. I've seen videos of it
does happen.
happening.
If I was, I don't remember.
But
So I'm gonna say no.
I remember I did play a prank on my girlfriend at the time. And
Everyone played pranks.
we were at her house, and I called her house phone while she was telling her family about the movie.
7 days.
It was pretty funny.
Well, and you'd star 6-7 it, so it'd come up unknown.
I need to
So
see that
funny.
movie again. I never saw the newest one.
It was all right.
Ring 3?
Definitely
Yeah.
not as
It's
good.
actually pretty good.
Definitely
it?
not as good as the first.
Wasn't it
one,
just
but-
called
It was
Rings?
better than the second one.
It was the Rings.
Yeah,
Rings.
I
I
felt
don't
like it
even
was better than the
remember
second
the
one.
second one.
I don't remember
Because the third
second
one's
one
where it's
either.
all digital, right? They made a digital copy of it.
I just remember at
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And
That's the
second one,
Grudge.
that's the Grudge.
That's the
Oh.
Grudge.
Which the Grudge. I bet the Grudge is also on there because that was also
That was
pretty
good.
dang
That's
scary.
another one where once again I wasn't scared of it, and then all the hype and talk, I was like, okay, I'll give it another chance. Watched it again and was terrified. I'm like,
Dude.
how am I more scared knowing it's coming?
I screamed when she lifted up her blankets and the face was coming out. Like, remember the bump? And it lifted up and it's like, ah!
Dude, the second Grudge, sorry, we're probably jumping ahead on the list, but the second Grudge had ways of killing them that scared the crap out of me. The one that I remember was the girl sitting on the hotel bed and there was a mirror behind her. And so you think that you're seeing a reflection of the back of her head because she had dark hair. And so you think it's a reflection of the back of her head. And then all of a sudden the face comes out of it and she grabs her and pulls her into the mirror. That part, I was like, oh my gosh. Like I did not see that coming.
I don't remember.
Dude, I
those
need to
movies.
watch that.
Ugh.
It's been a long time since I've seen the Grudge.
All right.
All right.
Number
Pass.
8.
All right, number 8.
The Ocho.
Ojo. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ooh, classic.
That is a classic.
Okay.
Sometimes I like going through this list. I'm sure that the majority of the people voting are people older like us or even older. And I wish I could have seen the horror back then in its
Back then,
prime.
right?
Right?
Because then it would have been terrifying.
Right?
Yeah, but when those movies came out, like, they came out in like the 80s, didn't they?
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street did.
Yeah.
83.
1984.
That would have
Ooh,
scarred us
close.
forever.
Honestly, though, the thing with those is, yeah, when they came out, like the graphics, things like that, they didn't know any better, so it was scary. But even the idea, like nowadays, everything is a remake or
Kind of like regurgitated almost.
yeah. Where back then, that's an original idea.
Or CGI.
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah,
it's like,
practical effects are always scarier.
wasn't that Wes Craven? That's a Wes Craven, right?
Yes.
I thought he did the Fox show.
But Wes Craven, it's
You're
like,
thinking Wes Anderson.
Yep.
you're
Directed by
correct.
Wes Craven.
yeah, it's like he came up with that idea, and then
Makes you wonder what's wrong with these people.
I know. I think so too. Like the ways they think about killing people. It's like, you had to have that thought in your head to put it in a movie.
like Saw,
Like
all-
Frankenstein was a dream that the author had. Straight up had
Wow.
a dream about it and wrote a book.
Mary Shelley.
Well, the effects in Nightmare on Elm Street, like the part where Johnny Depp meets his demise,
Oh yeah,
he ends up getting sucked into the bed and gutted, and just blood starts.
That's the
flowing.
one we all saw together, wasn't it? Like Megaplex. That was like the remake.
That was the remake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we also. I remember
Yeah.
when we went
Wait,
and saw
what?
that. Pretty sure
Oh.
we went and saw that like Megaplex.
yeah,
Yeah.
The
remake,
remake.
yeah.
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 But this, I mean, the same thing. So you've got that one where they, in order to do that, they had on set, they had a revolving room. And so on that one, they turned the room upside down and had like a bloody water come gushing out. And then the same thing where the girl gets attacked by Freddy in her dream.
that actually happened first
Yeah.
because they used the room first for that scene.
Yeah. And then they turn around and
And
used
then-
it for Johnny. in
So
his
yeah,
scene, but
the scene she's getting attacked in her dream, but she's like rolling around the ceiling and stuff like
the
that.
boyfriend's like witnessing it.
But they made a full legit rotating room, and then the actress was rolling around as the room's rotating. And
Oh,
so,
wow.
and
That's
then for
cool.
the Johnny Depp scene, they turned that room upside down and then dumped barrels and barrels of red, like blood-looking liquid through the like floor, but it was the ceiling, and then filmed it as if it was coming up.
I think that's becoming more and more of a lost art is like the
I agree.
creativity
Oh, yeah.
and like
Right.
perception and even like play with depth of field.
What'd you call it?
Because,
Practical
like-
effects.
Like when you see I think I said it real forever ago, but it was basically like movies back in like the 60s, how they'd use
Like the silent movies. Yeah.
they'd use like the really close to the camera stuff to make it look like things are way bigger. Or,
So he's like he was like hanging from the clock tower, and really he was like
Yeah.
a foot off the
Yeah.
ground, but it looks like he's
Exactly.
gonna fall into a city.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Well, like even the special effects, like when Stranger Things 4, the monster in that wasn't CGI, people loved that. And it's because they brought back that special effects. And I thought that was great.
Yeah. It's awesome.
But yeah,
All
Friday
right.
the 13th. Another one of the, or not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Another one of those ones where I don't think it's so much scare. Like the concept again is terrifying.
Yeah,
This-
being locked
this
into
Well,
a
guy
not being
that-
able to sleep.
Yeah.
You can't go to sleep.
I loved how the remake portrayed that if you don't sleep, your brain starts to go into these like micro sleeps.
Well, that's real.
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say that's legit.
And I loved that, how they brought
And
that
it's
into
terrifying.
it. So
Yeah.
You're like dream while you're awake.
Yeah.
And that's why
you
you
had
hallucinate.
it.
Uh-huh. That to me is the definition of like insanity.
Right.
Like, you're literally experiencing a waking dream.
Well, wasn't
and it is
there-
terrifying?
I don't know if it was true or not. I saw it somewhere where there was like a Russian experiment where they kept their mental patients awake and they literally
that.
like their
Wasn't that during World War II? When they were doing all the experiments?
I've listened to it before, and I don't know if it was real or not. But like, if it was, even if it wasn't, it was a terrifying story.
yeah. Well, because that picture that they show with it, and his eyes are all sunken in, and he's like he
Well,
looks.
but that is also a gas that they were like accustomed to, right? That kept them awake.
Yeah, they would pump a gas in the
Oh, is
room
that
to
what it
like keep
was?
them awake, and eventually they had cameras in there, but they ripped them all down, and then they like covered the windows with like feces,
Yeah.
so they couldn't see in. And they eventually like devolved into a way that where they weren't even speaking English, like
Yeah.
or Russian or whatever. They were just like making noises, and then it went dead quiet for like a long time, but they were still alive. It was weird.
Ugh.
It was wild.
yeah.
thing
Is
is-
that real? Because
don't know.
I know exactly the story you're talking
Yeah,
about,
and
but
I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like they have the story and people tell it all the time, and they're similar facts, but it's
urban
like
myth or urban legend.
like urban legend
let's
style.
keep that one for the later show
I want to see.
because I'm curious. All right, number 7.
Lucky number 11.
The Silence of the Lambs.
I never saw it.
Hello,
1991.
Clarice.
That's not even what
I've
he
seen
says.
more than I thought I have.
Yeah, it is.
Have you seen that
I
one too?
heard
Yeah.
that was wrong.
I don't
I heard
think
it was
it's
a classic, so I
No,
had to.
doesn't he say that? Hello, Clarice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hello,
I think that's a Mandela.
Are
Yeah.
the lambs still screaming?
No, it's not.
It's a misquote because he actually says, well, Clarice,
Oh.
for what it's
Hello,
worth.
Well, it's close enough.
Man, what is that
And he
called?
says it. He says it in Hannibal.
Yeah.
Hello, Clarice.
Wello, Clarice.
Hello.
Are you sure?
In Silence of the Lambs, he says, "Good evening, Clarice."
Good evening,
I call BS.
No,
That's another one of those ones. Again, I don't think it was scary.
It was
That one-
psychological.
That one I feel like falls under like 7, where it's like a psychological thriller. It's funny that I,
I
think
could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that.
because like the movie 7, it's like I could see how people would think it's scary, but I don't know.
I
agree
can
with
tell
you,
Zach is
'cause
wrong
I'll
because
watch
he has
that
not
one.
spoken
Yeah.
a word.
I don't like the demonic, all that, but like that's like a
cannibalism freaks
real
me
life
out.
psychological thriller. It could
Yeah.
be. You could see somebody acting that way.
Well, somebody did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll get into that at a later date.
Oh yeah. Dahmer. Creepy.
Spoiler.
Sorry.
Would you F me?
Would you me? Yeah. I'd me.
Wow.
Put the lotion in the basket.
I saw this Halloween decoration where they had a bucket with lotion hanging from their ceiling, and then on the ceiling they put a picture that looked like Buffalo Bill looking down the well with his dog.
That's pretty cool.
I was like,
The
that's
lotion
freaking
on the skin.
genius.
Well, it gets the hose again.
Put the lotion on its skin, all gets the hose again.
I showed you guys that song, right? There was a band that made a song out of that lyric.
You know.
No.
It's actually a pretty dope song. I actually really like it. It's pretty cool. It's on my horror playlist. It's fun. All right, so now that we're like halfway through, technically, is there any do you agree with the ratings? Is there any you'd switch? Is there any that you'd put in their place, or is it too early to tell?
I need to hear the last.
Okay.
It wouldn't be on the list at all for me.
Yeah, it wouldn't be on there for me
Yeah.
either.
What?
Silence of the Lambs.
It wasn't scary.
It had thriller moments.
Sorry, bud.
Wait, Chris, are you talking about the same movie they are?
Are we talking about the same movie? Silence of the
It.
Oh,
You said it.
I thought you said it wouldn't be on there. Like the last
so
one
you're
you
talking
talked-
about Silence of the Lambs.
I got it now. I get it now.
You get it?
I hate clowns, so that one's definitely on there for me.
Clowns.
There's no clowns in Silence of the Lambs.
All right,
I'm talking about it now.
All right, coming in hot, number 6.
Round we go.
The Amityville Horror.
I knew this would be on the list.
Ooh, I love that movie.
But is
the
it
Ryan
the
Reynolds
original
one?
or the?
The picture looked like it was a Ryan Reynolds one. Oh, just kidding. It's the 1979 one.
I have not seen that.
I have
one.
not seen that
I
one
haven't either.
either.
I've only seen the
either.
Ryan
But
Reynolds
the
one.
remake with Ryan Reynolds, dang,
Bro,
that
talk about
movie's
that
terrifying.
beard,
You
man.
just
Are
say
you
that
talking
'cause of
about his
Ryan Reynolds.
abs or are you talking about
too.
the horror?
That too.
I don't care.
Because
His
it's
beard
all
is on
dang.
point.
He's got the abs of horror.
That scene when he gets out of the water.
I need to
6 to
rewatch that. I
midnight.
haven't seen it.
I tried
forever.
Paranormal Activity his ass too.
Yeah, you guys say I'm bad with my comments about The Rock. Jeez.
We all collectively have a crush on Ryan.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I really don't. I'd take
It's okay.
the rock.
It's okay.
Oh,
Take The Rock.
No, I just wanted you to feel good.
Thanks.
but really,
I'd take The Rock too.
That's actually, gosh, I forgot about that one. Now going back to the original
need to-
question, that movie scared the crap
I need
out
to
of me.
rewatch that one.
Yeah, I don't remember much. I just
so
have this image of the
good.
girl in the closet hiding.
Ew, right when she grabs the babysitter's finger. Do you remember that scene? She grabs the ghost grabs the babysitter's finger
I
and
think
puts
so,
it
yeah.
into her bullet hole.
Yeah.
Gosh, I forgot. My mind blocked that memory out, dude.
Well, you're welcome.
Is there a part where he's like chopping up wood or something?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've seen that one then.
Because it's with an axe that he does.
That's the part where
No,
he burned the
shotgun.
hole in his
Shotgun.
VHS.
Yeah.
Well, he does have an axe.
There was an axe.
He
That was a
kills
good
the
joke.
dog with the axe.
I got
I was
it.
gonna say the fact that that's based on a true story
Yeah.
is
Well,
Just-
loosely.
Well,
Very.
yeah, the movie's loosely,
I mean,
but
they all
it's-
Dude
are.
still shot his whole
yeah, I was
family.
gonna say
yeah.
the dude went through the
Except for
house with a shotgun and killed his whole family.
So kind of crazy. I was just listening to a podcast about it, and he made a fact that I didn't know about. That so DeFeo, the original killer, so he goes through and kills his whole family. But the crazy thing is the house itself is not like it's portrayed in the movies.
No.
It actually has neighboring houses that are just a couple 100 feet away. And they tested the gun he used could be heard 3 blocks away, but nobody heard the gunshots, not even the family in the house. So every family member that was shot was all found face down in their beds, and there was no signs of struggle. And then they even did an autopsy. There was no drugs or alcohol or anything in the system. So the people were just fine, but they were face down in the beds, and he went room to room and shot them, and they should have heard the gunshots. And the crazy part is in the autopsy, I don't know how they study this or how they know this, but the mom and the daughter, the sister, were awake when they were shot. But again, no signs of struggle. They didn't hear the gunshots. And then the craziest part, so the podcast I was listening to, the guy that hosts it, he was saying he was watching this documentary about cops, and when this one cop, the same thing happened. He killed his whole family, said that voices told him to do it, and the same thing, the gunshots were not heard. And he lived in like a townhouse type thing where they were connected, and the neighbors didn't hear
So
the
they
gunshots.
say that they were definitely killed in the spot where they found him.
And it's not like he ran from room to room, because like there was.
Yeah.
Did they mention like how long between? Because
No, I didn't really go into that, but it just said there was a good definite pause because he just calmly walked from room to room.
That's crazy.
But
That's terrifying.
But yeah, that movie though. Oh, it's such a great movie.
Man, the whole demeanor of this room just
That's only number 6.
I don't like this shit.
numbers.
Buckle
gonna
up
be a
for our
long
next
night.
episode.
All right, number 5.
That's
Top
demonic,
5.
man.
We are in the top 5 now. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Ah,
1974.
I will say when I watched the remake in theater with Jessica Biel, that one had me on the edge of my
That one was
seat.
creepy.
Yeah, that one.
I think
I was waiting for that hot slow-mo runaway scene. I had a big old crush on Jessica Biel.
You paused like at the wrong moment there, or did you mean to do that?
What?
You said you had a big old, and then you went crush on it.
No, it was a big old crush.
That was the crush.
Yep. All right, I gotcha.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
I think that was the first horror movie that like they portrayed the killer to be gigantic and realistic.
I saw that one too, the new one,
Yeah.
The newest one?
Did you see that? Yeah,
the new old one, the mid one.
the
The
No,
Jessica
have you
Biel
seen
one.
like the
Yeah.
newest
Yes.
one?
No,
There's
was
another newer
good.
one.
It was wild.
I
It was
liked
kind
it.
of nice too, because
I love how he
bunch
kills
of
all the
liberals
woke
got
people.
blown
Yep.
away. He killed a bunch of woke people. It
Entire
was pretty
bus
funny.
of woke people just gets
It was
dumped.
pretty
Just,
funny, dude.
he goes to town
all
on this
these
bus.
hipsters.
walks
Texas
in one side of the
Chainsaw?
bus, walks off the other side of the bus, and slaughters everybody in
I don't
between.
like watching people get tortured.
Oh, they were-
Oh, they didn't get tortured.
They're just killed.
They went out.
Oh,
real
that's
fast.
not torture at
It
all.
wasn't a torture.
It was just
Is that the
chainsaw
one
through
where
every
he, like,
single one of them.
Puts one up on the hook and leaves it there.
Yes,
Yeah,
one of the friends.
Yeah,
Then he he chops off the leg and he gets a bunch of salt and he
Yeah, packs it.
packs it right under.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Oh,
I've
that
forgotten
hurts
about
so
all these.
Bad. Oh,
Well,
Should've
then,
used
then
peroxide.
there was that one.
At least it's sanitized.
There was that Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning, and it had the girl who was in like the Fast and Furious franchise, the one who plays Dom's
What?
sister.
Oh
Letty?
no,
No.
His sister.
That's the
the
new
hat
one.
one.
No, it's
Yeah.
not the new one. It was. It
I
came,
never did see the beginning.
It came out after the Jessica Biel one, but it was called The Beginning because it was a prequel of the Jessica Biel one.
Yeah.
Dom's sister, the one who marries.
Paul Walker's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Walker's
it has
widow.
her in it.
Yeah, it's a good thing she's not cute.
She was attractive. She was very attractive.
She was very attractive.
She got a little Skeletor there on the final episodes, though, don't you think?
Well, she was under a lot of stress.
Who is this?
Welcome back.
Sorry. I was doing a little bit of research.
Dude, whose face does
actress
he
who
wear?
plays Vin Diesel's sister in the Fast and
Remember,
Furious.
isn't he Leatherface?
Who?
The Texas Chainsaw
Yeah,
Massacre.
yeah, and the
Whose
Jessica
face is
Biel
he
one,
wearing?
he actually wears the boyfriend. Jessica
Okay.
Biel's boyfriend. That's how she knows that
Is
he
it
died.
someone different in every episode or every movie?
Yeah.
I think it's just
Ooh, speaking of which, that's something I need to watch again is Scream. Scream, I
Yeah.
remember being really
The
good.
in the original, he actually dresses up as a woman. So he wears someone else's face and then puts makeup on.
yeah.
Ew, gross.
Yeah.
In the original one?
Uh-huh. And I want to say he wears a dress. Does he wear a dress?
Wears like a muumuu.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to
Isn't
take
that
him
his
serious.
mom?
I'd be like, you're
Maybe
kind
it's
of
his
scared,
mom.
but
I
I
think it's
don't
his
know.
mother, because I
Because he
feel
wears
like
a
his
wig
mother
and
died.
It's a
everything,
moo
too.
Kind of like Psycho and
Yeah.
stuff.
It's got mommy issues.
The amumu is just like a big long dress.
I mean, I'm
like
jealous.
a nightgown.
Like
It
a night-
seems,
night-
seems
yeah.
comfortable. We tried the man ones,
Yep,
the
we
flannel
did.
ones.
We
They were
did.
great, actually.
Don't you dare convert to those.
I'm just saying.
I will kick you off the podcast admin track.
A nice
wear it
floral
too.
God
print.
I'm gonna wear
complex.
it to the podcast.
All right, next episode, we're all wearing moo-moos.
Yeah.
Wow, that took a turn. Go from getting kicked off for wearing one to, hey, let's all wear one.
I'm kidding.
Number 4.
Number 4, Sinister.
Yeah, that actually was super
Wait.
creepy. Because that's
that
the
the
one
one
with
with
the
the worms?
lawnmower.
Oh.
No, that's
Right?
trimmers.
No, the little worms that
Oh, Slither.
slither.
Oh, sin. Yes. Those
Sinister's the one with the
Ethan
lawnmower,
Hawke and-
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that weird freaky dude that,
Freaky out,
I
dude.
forgot
that
about
makes
that
the
part.
kids kill their family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that one's pretty dang creepy, actually.
Number 1 and 2.
I never saw
yeah.
the
Both
second one.
great.
That can't be the movie I'm thinking of. Sinister.
It's got the real creepy
You're
face.
probably thinking of the other one that I thought of immediately off the go.
Does that have Mark Wahlberg in it?
No.
Which one's that one? Is it Mark that's in it? There was a really
a
weird
horror movie with Mark Wahlberg?
Maybe
Are you
it's not
thinking The
Mark.
Happening?
happening. Is
M.
that what
Night
it's
Shyamalan? Where the
stupid.
trees are killing everyone?
That's
Yeah,
so
the
stupid.
ending just was like,
The whole thing. It was
Yeah.
Yeah, the
stupid.
whole movie was
Well, the
It's like,
best-
it's like
never
there's
heard you
wind
say that
and
about a movie.
And when the wind touches people, they just die.
I haven't.
no, they don't
I-
die. They go crazy.
It was so
and they
bad.
kill each other.
Well, it makes him kill himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in a very
So-
dark way. And
Is The Village a horror movie?
Can I be honest?
yeah,
For
It was.
I
a
love The
moment?
Village.
So back when I was a youth pastor,
Oh no.
not a pastor. I was a youth leader. I had a few kids with me, and we're like, "Hey, well, let's go to a movie." And so
Oh,
we
dear.
went to a movie, and I'm like, "What movie do you guys want to see?" They're like, "Let's go see The Happening." I'm like, "Sure, whatever." We walk in there. I'm like 5 minutes in, like right out the gate, like someone like kills himself, and I'm like, "Okay, we're out of here." And we just like walked right into the next movie.
You guys need Jesus.
Hey, have
What
you guys
is
seen The
happening?
Chosen?
That was his one and only R-rated movie. M. Night Shyamalan.
It was terrible.
What?
The Happening.
I don't even
was
remember
his one and
it
only
all. I
R-rated
remember like
movie.
a couple scenes and that's it.
It was so.
He did Unbreakable too, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Everything else he's put out.
Split.
No, I haven't seen After Earth, and I heard bad things about it. But everything
that?
else, yeah,
After
With
Earth with
Will
Will Smith
Smith?
and Jaden.
That was
Yeah.
M. Night?
yeah.
That movie wasn't that bad.
To be honest,
I
there
think
were,
it was
there were a
okay.
few movies there for a bit where M. Night was
You
missing
got-
the mark.
Yeah.
I
he got-
disagree, but
Signs
that's
was
me.
spot on.
The
and
Last
then-
Avatar.
The Last
Yeah, that was-
Airbender.
that was-
Airbender.
That
Yes.
sucked.
That was terrible.
fantastic.
The last
They
Airbender
called him Ong.
sucked.
Ong.
I loved it because I've never seen a single episode of The Last Airbender.
Exactly.
Earth.
That's
And
same
so,
here.
so I loved it.
So,
go to your
you
corner.
got we
I
can trust
mean,
your review.
The first guy who ever saw a turd thought it was great.
No, you
don't
Compared
think
to
he
some
did.
of the other stuff.
I don't think he did.
There is one scene where
It's
the
like,
camera
food.
where it cuts to a whole new scene and there's a back shot of a girl with her like hair done all crazy. Totally looks like a giant penis. Me and my sister turned to each other and just started laughing.
Oh, I know which part you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
The princess or whatever, the moon princess.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I still loved it.
Dumb.
I wish they would have kept going
you
with
would,
it.
you penis loving mother.
Well, they are
I'm
going to
just
make
kidding.
a series now.
I did see that,
Canceled.
but it's animated.
No, it's live
No,
action.
it'll be
Oh,
live
it
action on
is-
Netflix.
All right, number 3.
They announced the actors just the other day.
Insidious.
Stupid.
Take that off the damn list.
I loved Insidious. It was creepy.
Really?
Those are horrible movies.
You are like
Why?
legitimately
Why?
offended by somebody else's opinion right
Yes,
now.
I am. On
Could be
Insidious,
worse. It
being
could,
the top 3 in some of the scariest horror
I had a-
movies.
I had a
all right,
bad
so
feeling
it could
it
be
was gonna
far
be-
worse. He could have said a Tim Burton movie.
Yeah, that's true. We are house divided right now.
Insidious. You know what? Honestly, I tried Insidious
They were
and I
creepy.
watched it up until the monster reveal where they're at the table and that guy that with the red face pokes his head around the other guy.
Dude, that was freaky.
I was like,
It's
this
literally
is
a
the
guy with face paint
stupidest
on.
thing in the world, and I turned it off.
That's how I felt.
Really?
about-
Horrible.
I know we've
Yes.
talked about it
This
in the
is your-
past, but the
Babadook.
Babadook, but also the boy in the walls, or whatever it was.
It too
Yeah.
with the big spider.
Yeah,
But that wasn't even the bad guy.
I don't care who he was. It was stupid.
The evil person was a creepy dude dressed up as an old woman.
It was stupid and off
See,
the mark, and I immediately lost interest. And I said, "See you later." And then they decided to make 3 more movies, and they're coming out with a new one here soon.
Coming out with another one?
Yes. No.
We're going to make
I'll say this.
Have you watched all 3 of them?
I won't give them a try. No.
You can't discuss
Yes,
it.
I can. Because I gave the first one a try and it was lame
But you
and
didn't finish
stupid
it.
and get it off the damn list.
No.
See, this is exactly why I did this. Is I knew it would be a house divided at some point.
I want to give it another chance just because of how cult it's become.
You're better than me. I won't give it another chance.
And I do want to see the other ones because the one with the key finger, the preview did look pretty creepy.
It's like Insidious. I think that's the 4th one.
Because like in the
Dude, that
preview, he
sound at
puts
the
the key
beginning-
in her throat and turns off her scream. And I was like, that's pretty gnarly.
Dude, they're good.
I need to give him a shot.
They're good.
So I needed to go back because we talked so much about The Happening, I forgot that we were talking about Sinister, and I didn't know what Sinister was about. So to give a synopsis
Isn't
on
that Ethan
it,
Hawke?
Yes.
it is Ethan Hawke, and it's a true crime writer. Ellison Oswald is in a slump, and he hadn't had a bestseller in more than 10 years and is becoming increasingly desperate for a hit. So when he discovers the existence of a snuff film showing the deaths of a family, he vows to solve the mystery, and then it goes on from there. And then it involves a supernatural force. So that, I think I have
The
seen
lawnmower,
Sinister.
dude.
I would put that
That is
above
the snuff
Insidious.
film.
Come on.
You would what?
Put that above Insidious. Is Insidious number 3?
How do you know?
Really?
You haven't finished it.
And I never will.
I have. And I wouldn't put Insidious on the list.
I think I have seen Insidious too. And it says,
No
so
contest.
parents take drastic measures when it seems like their new home is haunted by, and their comatose son is possessed by a malevolent entity. That is a hard
Dude,
word to say.
I like them. They're good.
There's like a rocking chair in that one, right? In Insidious. There's like a
No.
grandpa.
You've just described
I think
100
you're
horror movies.
I think you might be thinking of The Conjuring.
Maybe. Does it have the same
second one.
actor?
Conjuring 2 is the one with the rocking chair and
Yeah.
the old guy.
No, it's not
No,
a rocking
guy-
chair. It's just a
He's just
chair.
it's
Oh,
a
just
late,
the chair, yeah.
The rocking chair's in the first one
Doesn't this one take in the UK?
because Annabelle's in it. Well, the creepy lady holding Annabelle's in it, and then the
Conjuring 2 takes place in the UK.
the fancy
I
chair.
think that's what you're thinking of.
They're
The
like
old man.
relocating.
No.
No.
Two is when they bring out the nun, and oh
may-
my
oh,
gosh, that
no.
scene with the nun.
Oh my
Down
gosh.
the
That
hallway.
literally one of the moments where I was like, straight up like
Where when her shadow
28-year-old man. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna do something.
when the
I remember doing that exact same thing. The painting.
yeah,
They
when
pull
the
out the
shadow
painting.
is walking to the painting and then it lines up with
like-
the painting and you're just like, oh my gosh.
I get chills.
No, it's they investigate scary stuff, right?
The Warrens.
Yeah,
Paranormal.
the Warrens, yeah.
Okay, what show is that?
The
The
Conjuring.
Conjuring.
That
It's
is
all the
okay. So I haven't
Conjurings.
seen Sinister then.
No,
Okay.
you need to watch it.
Watch
Sinister was
Sinister.
good.
Don't watch Insidious.
All right.
Watch them. Watch all 3.
All right, number 2.
So now knowing where the list is going, do you have any inklings as to what could be 2 or 1?
Well, if it's
I think
anything like
Conjuring's
number
in there.
3, the rest are gonna suck.
I think number 1, I have a
Now you
guess for
understand
number 1.
our feelings towards
I have a
Tim
guess,
Burton
too.
movies.
Because now
It's
I
the
just
same.
remember the
Whoa.
scariest movie I ever
No.
watched.
It's true.
That is
true.
exactly
I
how
bet-
we feel about them.
I bet we're on the same page.
You think so?
Yeah.
What?
I have a guess for number 1.
All right.
Well, let's
All
hear
right,
number
what's
2
number
Maybe
two?
first.
Annabelle. 3.
Ooh, The Exorcist.
I thought that was going to be number
that
one.
makes sense.
1973.
Now,
In that one
I'll be honest,
Well,
I haven't watched that movie. I don't think I could. My mom has actually repeatedly asked me to never watch it.
that was
They're
the same
doing a
with my
remake of
parents.
it.
Yes, they are.
Well, didn't they already like 10 years ago?
They did the Exorcism of Emily Rose.
That's the one
That's
I
not-
was thinking of.
That's a completely different story.
That's a different story.
Yeah.
That's like on a real life. It's the account of the priest.
Didn't
That's
didn't
a
the
scary
original
show.
movie have some weird issues?
Oh, tons.
Yeah.
Oh, tons on the set.
And then the girl ended up dying.
Right.
no.
Gross.
dude, that
No, that was
picture.
Poltergeist.
Yeah, you're thinking of Poltergeist.
Ooh, I bet Poltergeist is number one.
Remember that?
All these names are so similar.
Right? I know. I'm like all these movies are coming back to my
Possession
memory.
of
But-
Emily Rose is
No.
where they're having flashback scenes of
2, 3,
him
4, 5,
trying
6,
to
7.
treat. He's trying. There's a psychologist and then a priest, right?
Yeah.
And
No,
they're trying to
well,
treat
yeah.
this
They're on
the girl
trial.
who's possessed. Yeah, they're on trial.
So the priest is being sued by the state
Right.
because
She died.
she was under his care and she died during the exorcism.
Yeah.
And so he's now being sued by the state, or not sued, but like convicted,
Prosecuted.
prosecuted.
Right.
Thank you. And so it's the state versus Reverend, whatever his name was.
right.
Oh,
But
interesting.
the coolest part about it is so the primary
Not cool.
Well, the story, the
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, I
is the primary.
remember.
The primary shot is in the courtroom, but every time they call a witness to the stand, it flashes back to what the witness is talking
Right.
about, and they give the religious side of it, where she's possessed, and then they give the medical side of it, where she's suffering from
The
different.
psychologist.
Yeah.
point of view,
Oh,
right.
interesting.
It was so good.
I just remember that
And
one
that's
scene where she
Exorcism?
like jumps
The
out the
Exorcism of
window.
Emily Rose.
She jumps out the window and like goes into the barn. She's all contorting and creepy, and they're like, "Who are you?" And she's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's like
It's just
counting.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2,
Oh
3,
my
4,
god!
5, 6.
Oh, so
And
gross.
she starts naming all the demons that's inside of her, and one of them is Lucifer himself.
Stop.
Dude.
I hate this shit.
Wipe it off of you. Wipe it off. Hey,
that-
I've got
that
a
movie's
really nice
creepy.
shower. You can take a shower here.
But I remember just seeing images of the girl from the original Exorcist, and like I had a few nightmares from just that.
My spider senses are tingling.
But yeah, no, back on your thing though, on The Exorcist, yeah, the set like caught fire probably 2 or 3 different times. I want to say a couple other things happened. People were getting hurt. Like there was all kinds
We
of
should
crap.
do a deep dive on all things that happened during that filming.
Or
that-
or
For
just
the
like
group.
any filming, like
Yeah.
deep dives into
Well, kinda.
weird occurrences of horror movies.
Kind of on the opposite spectrum a little bit. The movie The Passion of the Christ, the same thing. There, the actor himself who played Jesus, he was like struck by lightning.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus struck him down? Was he doing that bad of a
And he
job?
walked
No, it was
away.
phenomenal. It was a great movie,
kidding.
but
You're not representing me right. What is it? Smite. He got smitten.
smoked, smitten.
Moten.
He got smoten.
I will say this about The Exorcist. It was the same thing growing up. My parents were like, don't. And I believe even the church came out and said, don't,
Probably
if I remember
It's funny.
right.
I saw it when I was 10, and my dad put it on.
explains so much about it.
Well, I remember in high school, I watched it with some buddies. We watched the director's version. And on this version, it has that famous crab walk where she does the crab
jumps
walk
off the
down
ceiling or-
she goes down
when
the
she
stairs.
comes down the stairs.
And then she like turns her head over. I literally at that point, I turned because I was with my buddies at a friend's house. And I was like, oh man, it's my curfew. I got to hurry and call my mom to see. So I called home and I was like, hey, just checking in. And my mom's like, you're fine. Just go ahead and stay. And I was like, all right, I'll be home. Bye. And I hung up the phone. I said, sorry guys, I got to go. And I rented the movie. And so I was like, I'll take the movie. See you later.
So kind of,
I wouldn't finish it. But then when we
gonna
went
say
to,
that.
we went to
Mesquite.
Mesquite, just me and Tony, and just watched movies all weekend long.
That's all you did.
He looks and smiles.
And
Netflix
Yeah,
and
that's the
chill.
story.
Yeah,
That's the
Netflix
story
and
we're
chill.
sticking to.
Yep. And we
Just
ended up,
Tony and I.
Shower drains all clogged.
well, we ended up watching we ended up watching The Exorcist though, and both of us, by the time it was done, we were like,
what was so
that
scary
was
about it?
Not good. Like we just didn't see the point in it.
Children.
It's the idea of it. Well, it's an
Yeah.
80s, so it's not like
And see, it kind of goes back to what we were saying. If we could see the 70s and 80s horror movies when they were first done,
Right.
I think they would be terrifying.
Leprechaun. Wasn't Leprechaun in
Because
that
again,
genre
all of those
too?
things
Leprechaun.
are
Oh
all
my
of those things
gosh,
are like
yeah.
cutting edge at the time.
Yeah, I never saw that either. But
Well, the funny thing is horror
hilarious.
films
Is it?
are pretty much at the same standard today,
Well, so
for the most part.
I was looking at something because that's something you find a massive abundance of is horror films.
Really?
Oh yeah, like if you like even you looking in some of those programs that just have a ton of random shows. Like,
Well, there's
there
that.
are so many horror movies.
There's
and
a
I think it's
streaming
'cause-
service called Shudder that
Yeah.
has a ton.
Well, I think it's because it's one of the easiest like B movies to make is a horror movie, and a lot of people get their start in that
yep.
because there's so many being made all the time.
Gotcha. Interesting.
All right, number
All right,
one.
number one, numero uno.
Are you guys ready? I don't even know if I'm ready.
I'm trying to think what it
start
could
They're gonna be
be.
so disappointed.
They
You
are
guys
really
are
I have
mad.
I'm so worried.
Insidious 3.
Halloween.
Ooh, it's a good one. You ready?
paranormal.
I'm watching your face.
Scary Movie 2.
That one was really weird.
I'm just kidding.
That's the one with the guy
Fun
in the wheelchair.
fact:
isn't
the
it?
movie Scream was supposed to originally be called Scary Movie.
Yep.
Well, that would have been a bust.
Right?
Right? Then
kidding.
what would Scary Movie have done?
It's actually Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
No, it's
I'm just messing.
Dude, that movie is great.
That is a good movie.
That is a good
It's a
movie, though.
fantastic movie.
fantastic.
It's a
We've
fantastic.
walked into some kind of death suicide cult.
Okay, but for real this time. The Conjuring.
Is it really?
Number
one. Baby.
baby, yes.
Dude.
I thought it was gonna be Ernest.
He's
Scare
like
Stupid.
validated. I have been validated.
I am a little disappointed. Just
Oh, okay.
just a little bit. Let me voice not the fact that that's number one. I am disappointed that Halloween was not on that list at all.
Are you surprised?
Is it that
No.
It's a
scary?
slasher.
Yeah.
It's still a horror movie.
It's not.
Of the slashers,
Scary-
it was
it's like-
And
terrifying.
of the slashers, it was the first. It
Scariest.
was like started the genre.
It really did.
But it's not scary.
The
It
genre
is
of what?
too.
Horror or slasher?
Well, just because it
Of those-
started.
it was the first out of the Nightmare on
Slashers.
Elm Street and Jason and Chucky. Like
Friday
it-
the 13th was Jason, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'll
Halloween?
give you that. It should have been on the list.
You know what? I'm changing the list on my own.
Maybe
Change the list on my own.
It doesn't work
Take
like that.
out
It doesn't- it doesn't
Insidious
work
and
like
put
that.
Halloween there.
It doesn't work like
Bam.
that.
I don't think I've
Done.
ever seen.
That's the
It
list.
doesn't
What's
work like that.
Halloween about?
Halloween's
Michael
the white
Myers.
mask.
Mikey Myers
Is
The
that
dude-
the got the same one from Scream?
with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, Michael Myers.
Michael
oh,
Myers,
right.
where he goes back to kill his
Yeah, I don't
sister,
watch that.
kills the babysitters.
Yeah.
Okay. Why
He's
am I
got the
thinking-
butcher
oh,
knife.
Right.
He walks,
Okay.
but somehow catches up and is in front of everybody all the time.
Have you seen that TikTok challenge?
Yes.
Dude, I so badly want to do it.
I know a
So
kid who was
funny.
in that movie. Maybe not the
Did he
first
die?
one. Maybe in one of those.
It's the fourth one.
Is that you know? Same,
Oh yeah, it was filmed
uh-huh.
out here. Yeah.
Guard. Yeah. I'm not-
Yeah.
Garth Brooks?
Yeah. No. I just figured I shouldn't say
Yeah, the
names.
fourth and fifth one were filmed in Ogden.
Why? He
parts,
was in a
yeah.
movie.
Yeah. He was like
He was one of the kids in it.
that was they were trying that.
No,
he
you
was trying
said
to
you
kill.
figure you shouldn't say names. I said why. He was in a movie.
I know.
Millions have seen him, I'm sure.
But no, the original Halloween, I remember that was one of the first movies I saw as a kid that by the end of it, I just wanted it to be over. I was so scared.
Really?
Yeah, it's and even today, like I love Halloween.
Honestly,
I
Is it the
love
nostalgia of it now, or
it's the nostalgia of it now.
Now it's the nostalgia. Like it still scares me. It's still pretty creepy, but it's definitely the nostalgia. It's one of my classic Halloween ones. I have to watch it on.
the music on it, the little sharp tints.
yeah?
Don't go
I
in
knew
there,
the song with it, but
Jamie, don't do it. Don't go in there.
Well, that closet scene
they
is
always
classic.
do though.
I know.
See, I don't
See, I don't
know if
find
I
it as
agree
scary.
very much with this list because I think we've rattled off a bunch ourselves that are way
Yeah.
scarier. Lights Out, Paranormal Activity, like
Darkness
I'm
Falls.
so happy that Conjuring
Yes.
is on.
That's the
not
scary
only on the
one.
list, but number one.
Yeah, Conjuring.
The scene in The Conjuring 2, just where we were talking about it, when the kid is trying to adjust the TV, and then all of a sudden the old man's face is right there, and he's like, "My house," or whatever he
Oh my
says.
gosh.
I pissed myself. Like, that was so
Or
scary.
the part with the crooked man.
Oh,
and the second
yeah.
part where he's sitting there and all you see this thing just come crawling out of the shadows. It's like, ah.
All
See,
those
that's the
movies
thing.
are so
Those are the
good.
movies that freak me out. Because, like with the slasher films and stuff, not like Halloween or Texas Chainsaw,
It's the
you
things
kind of you always know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
He's going to appear somewhere and someone's blood's going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
But, like, the ones like you were explaining from The Grudge 2 or whatever, where it's like, oh, it's just her hair, and you're like, oh, dang, it's a face.
Like the
that
startling moment.
stuff.
Oh, dang, it's a face.
Like that stuff is like, oh, dang, like you can't expect it. You
Right.
don't know that can
But
happen.
now here's my question: does that really make it scary? Is
Oh,
a
yeah.
jump scare make you scared,
I think it's a
or is
psychological
it a
thing
startling
because
surprise?
it takes away your safe space at all. Like,
But
you're like, oh, I'm in this giant locked room. I'm fine. Oh, no, just kidding. The demon came out of the shadow and I'm dead.
But see, to me, a horror film or like a really true scary film lasts after the show.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just that constant
And it's like-
anxiety.
Constant
Like not turning the
panic.
lights off for days.
Bingo.
Exactly. Supernatural.
Seeing Halloween did that for me when I was a kid.
Sorry,
I remember
go ahead,
watching that
Tony.
on
Supernatural,
Halloween.
take off your lights.
Well,
Anyways.
kind of on what Cam's saying though, is like with the paranormal type movies and things like that, you don't know what could happen.
Yeah.
Because it's like using Conjuring for an example, when she's got the match and she's trying to look down the stairs and then the hands come out of nowhere and
Exactly.
clap and then the match goes out and suddenly you're looking at a black screen. You're like, what's happening? Like
Yeah.
that. You just don't know what they're going to throw in there.
Stuff
See,
you can't kill
but-
with a bullet scares me.
Yeah.
Like I said, though, it makes it feel like there's no safety.
Okay, but on a counter argument to kind of like make myself hypocritical here, the realistic. So like Halloween, things like that. Yeah, a killer could go crazy and everything and whatnot.
But if you shoot him, he's going to go down.
But here's a realistic movie that I now saying it should have been on the list. The Strangers.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, that should have been on there.
So my argument of scariest films isn't like the jump scare. It's not the cheap thrills. It's literally like the anxiety afterward. The
Well, it's a
needing to sleep-
psychological thriller.
needing to sleep with the lights on. You know, like not feeling safe in your own home after the movie's done. So for me, The Strangers, Paranormal Activity, Lights Out, like those are
I think
horrifying.
the movies that play on your natural fears. So
Yes.
like Paranormal Activity, the part when she gets dragged down the hallway, it's because she left her leg hanging out of the sheets.
Yeah.
If her leg was in the sheets, 100% fine. Man,
But see, the same with The Grudge. Like,
Idiot.
you're like, under the covers is the unwritten rule of home free. Like, if you're in the covers, you're safe.
Yeah.
Nothing can
Where's
get
the
ya.
Empire?
It's
Where's
the
the
living
Empire?
force field.
But then in The Grudge, the face is coming out of the covers. You're like, okay, there's no safe space.
Yep. So
Yeah.
when horror movies play on those like natural fears, ugh.
Well, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but that line at the very end of Strangers, haunting.
Oh, 100%.
Haunting.
Oh,
We all need a reason.
Yes, we all need one.
When there's not one, oh, hell breaks loose.
I don't think it's spoiling anything. Again,
No.
it's been out for years.
Well,
I think
yeah.
you've talked about this before, right? Where you say it's because you were.
It's it's
Why?
just because you were home.
Because you were home.
Yeah. I remember hearing that and I'm like, no, that doesn't count. You have a grudge against these people, okay?
Come on, see?
They're not just no. Come
on,
can't just be
see?
anyone.
Doesn't make any
Like,
sense.
heck,
There's a
even,
reason.
even Ted Bundy had a target. Come
Yeah,
on.
exactly. There's gotta be a reason.
I hated it. I hated everything about it.
That movie.
That means I can be the reason. That makes no sense.
Everyone's got a type.
That was
But
yeah.
dude, The Conjuring.
Any others that we throw
Honorable
in?
mentions.
Honorable mentions?
By the way,
13
real quick,
Ghosts.
I need to correct myself before I get
that one
corrected
was
on the
creepy.
comment thread
Okay.
because I know I probably will. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was actually the first to start the slasher films.
Oh.
That
Hey.
one came out in 74 and Halloween came out in 78.
If it makes you feel any better, Halloween was just missed in the top 13.
What was 13
14th
again?
place.
13 was it.
When was The Shining? Though?
See, I would put Halloween above it.
Yeah, I would too.
Shining,
put
that was
it-
number 12.
Yeah, but when did that come out? The Shining. It was pre-70.
No, that was 80s, wasn't it?
You know what?
Well, don't they?
It might have been 70s, but that
There-
wasn't slasher.
So they're ranking.
Psychological.
It was
thriller.
1980.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
You barely caught it.
Did you mess up the
But it
ranking?
wasn't
Is it all
slasher.
completely wrong?
No.
But horror genre.
Yeah.
He did mess it up. Insidious isn't supposed to be there at all.
Horror
it's supposed to be
genre,
higher.
the argument could be made for Psycho.
Yeah.
I've never seen past.
I never
her
saw
getting
Psycho.
Murdered.
I've never seen it.
I've
at all,
only
so.
seen the shower scene.
Yeah,
Like,
I've
but that's
literally
because
watched
it's like
up to that scene.
the famous
Yeah.
scene or whatever.
That's Jamie Lee Curtis, who's in Halloween. That's her mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On the original one, I just
original
remember
one.
the second one with Vince Vaughn.
Oh,
Ooh, there's a scariest movies of the 2000s. I should have done that.
There's some good movies.
I'm trying to
out
think.
there.
Like, as much as I love horror movies, suddenly my mind's going blank.
Did you guys think Darkness Falls was scary?
Oh yeah.
At the time, yeah.
Again, it's that whole dark
See,
thing,
I
right?
think Lights Out kind of took did what Darkness Falls was trying to do.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Oh, don't say it. I want to see it now.
You
It's,
do.
it's so
great.
good.
Yeah.
I'll see it.
Oh my
Because the
gosh.
thing is, again, Darkness Falls fallback was the fact that she was the tooth fairy,
Right.
and when
Yeah.
she blew up, she's just a bunch of teeth.
Okay, that I know.
Yeah,
But
like-
leading up to that,
Again, so that's why Lights Out does what it was
You know,
trying to do. And
As
makes
big
it
of a
scary.
horror fan as I am, that's one thing that I hate about horror movies is they have a really hard time ending them.
Yep.
yeah.
Like there's very few, and that's why I love The Conjuring is because start to finish they are phenomenal.
I think that's part of my problem with horror movies too. Is you don't get like closure at the end of them. It's always like, oh,
Dude,
Suddenly it's like clouds and rainbows, and you're just like, this,
like
what?
Conjuring, the freaking doll.
and all of a sudden a
terrifying.
finger comes into the screen and pulls it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh,
Dude,
son of a
even
bitch,
in-
you're supposed to be dead.
Do you remember so parts in The Conjuring that were super creepy were the part where they're in the room and they're looking at the armoire and she ends up being on top of it and she like jumps down.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh,
dude.
I forgot about that
Dude, it was so bad.
part. My memory just scared
Or
me.
when the kid's running from her in the basement or like through the bottom of the house,
she's
and
crawling
her
at her.
face just pops out. She's like, You're like,
Oh my gosh. You know which part terrified me in The Conjuring was, and I don't think, if I remember right, it doesn't even show anything. But when the girl's door closes and they're both sitting up in their beds and she's like, there's someone in our room. And you're just staring at a dark corner. There's nothing even there, but the terror on their face and her just saying those words, you're just like, oh my gosh. Like, oh, see, I get chills.
oh yeah, dude, that makes, for whatever reason, this reminds me of the Haunting of Hill House. The freaking guy in the bowler hat with the cane that's like floating
Haunting of
in the hallway. It's
Oh,
the show.
Haunting of Hill House. For some reason,
The
I was thinking
series,
House
right?
on
The
Haunted
series,
Hill
yeah.
for just a sec. But yeah,
That one's creepy.
that was.
But
I watched that
yeah,
one
the dude, like, I don't know what it was, but him just like being a really tall guy, normal clothes, but the fact that he was floating and like pulling himself with his cane,
Wasn't that
for some reason was really creepy to me. Like his feet
dude.
show up right by the bed.
Super creepy. That whole movie. See, that's another really good example of true scare. No jump scare. There are no cheap thrills in that
oh,
show.
there were-
Disagree.
There were tons of jump scares.
None.
Episode
yeah.
8.
There's one jump scare in the entire series.
You said there was
bro.
none.
There were way
There's
more.
one.
There were
One.
way more than one.
But that
No, there's one.
what do you think is a jump scare?
Giving you the argument that there's just one. That one was multiplied enough that that's all it took.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Like, that's why that series is so epic, is because there are no cheap
Which
thrills.
one was it?
It
I think
literally.
he's talking about in the Jeep.
in the
Yes.
car.
They're driving.
See, there were way
that
more
car
than
scene,
one.
that they're literally
girl comes
waiting
in
that
between them,
entire
just screams.
series for that one
God.
moment.
What do you classify as a jump scare?
Literally, bah!
See, mine is anything that takes the energy from 0 to 100.
But there's nothing that does that.
Oh yeah, dude, when he's in the
Haunting of Hill
freaking
House.
dumbwaiter on the ground and the
Yeah.
dude comes out of the corner, that was terrifying.
But that's
And all of a
not.
sudden he's freaking out trying to shut it. Like,
It's not a jump scare though.
It
Like it's
starts
literally
out-
like it's like slow building. It's not like you're.
until he appears.
I
Because
don't
like
know,
you're
man.
tense and stuff, and then they hit you with it, and it keeps going because you're like, oh my gosh, it's coming.
See, I'm kind of with Austin. I think
not
a
a
jump
jump
scare
scare.
has either a loud noise or a pop or just like
It's like when you scare your
See, and
spouse.
so I
It's
get
like,
that. So then I'm
out of nowhere.
misrepresenting what
Yeah.
I
Startle.
believe is the scary part.
Startling, right? Like
The
startle.
startle jump scare is not what I think makes a movie scary.
Right.
It's it's that panic that sets in from a moment.
Because it's just like you just see him coming in from the shadows, and you're like, "Oh, get the fuck out of there!"
Yeah, it's that escalation. It's that panicking like build.
when you're putting your finger in your mouth.
because it's slow builds, but then all of a sudden it's like rapid fire. And you're like, "Ah!"
I have tried to
that's
talk
what's
Jess
scary.
into seeing Haunting of Hill House so many times.
So
She
good.
will
And then
not
Bly
do it.
Manor, absolute garbage.
It was.
I so badly want to
You
see it.
don't
just
want to
'cause-
see it. It
I never
sucks.
watched it because of your recommendation.
It's a waste of time. It's a waste.
And I have to take your guys' word for it, but there's still like Haunting
can-
of Hill
I mean,
House was
I'm a
so
rebel.
good.
It was
Okay.
But I'm like,
okay,
there
but
has
then
to be
it
something.
started to change, and you're like, okay, this is real.
I
Scary.
like waited for it to peak. I was watching it going, okay, it's going to get scary. And then it was like, oh, no.
Still
No,
waiting for
no,
you to
very,
say it.
very disappointing.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
Go ahead,
peak.
Chris.
He's waiting to peak.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to peak. I'm waiting to peak still.
Well, dang. That's a,
Okay.
I mean, that's a good list.
Are you watching something? What did I miss?
No, nothing.
He's
your
waiting
life?
to peak himself.
I said I was waiting for Bly Manor to peak. He said, oh, yeah, me too. I'm waiting to peak.
Okay.
Like he himself.
I didn't know if he was watching it.
No, I'm not. I haven't.
Like, he didn't
I
peak in
still
high school,
want to
so
just
don't.
because the first one though, like you were saying, I still do. But
The problem is they're not related in any way, shape, or form.
God.
It's
They're
not,
completely
it's not,
different
there's
stories.
no closure from the first one or anything. It's a complete,
'Cause-
it's just the same actors and actresses
some
come
of them,
back. But that's it. Totally different characters, totally different story.
Yeah,
I need to
So
watch
the girl,
it again.
the girl from Haunting in Hill House, like the younger girl, is the main character, but she's someone completely different.
Got you.
Yeah.
oh, it's not even like her playing the same character.
No,
That's
not
weird.
even at all.
That'd be weird.
So you're not missing anything.
Okay. Well,
Well, there you have it,
I
friends.
gotta pee.
I got to pee too.
There you go, crowd. Let us know down in the comments if you guys would put any other videos there in the top 10 or top 13, any that we missed. There were a lot of honorable
missed one.
mentions that I could have shown. I saw all the way down at 23 was The Strangers. 23.
Really?
Yeah, I was also hoping that I could sort the website by most upvotes because it's a website that takes both up and down into account. And so if a lot of people are like, that doesn't deserve to be in the top 3, it gets a lot of thumbs down and it moves it down the rankings. The highest ranked upvote was The Exorcist.
Oh.
So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that wraps this episode up. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll hope to see you here.
Do we want to
again.
throw in a hashtag?
Hashtag
Spoopy.
Spoopy, SPOOPY.
There you go, folks.
Not that we answered any of your questions this episode, but we'll answer them next episode.
We'll see. We'll get around to it. We love you guys, though. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. Thanks for being part of this crowd.